Hello everyone, welcome to Monday, another Monday again, and the microphone looks okay, cool. Just checking, so I was on a call earlier, so I didn't know whether it was going to mess anything up, as what sometimes happens, as you already know. Anyway, excuse me, today is going to be usual Amiga format CD15. I'm going to do some demo scene, and we're also going to do the new game that we started, which is Degeneration, because due to us it's still being done. It's just because it takes so long to get to certain points. I am ready to do the next bit, but I thought, you know what, this week we're just going to play Degeneration just as a nice bit of break from Deuteros, so that'd be fine. And then I think I might squeeze Deuteros in here and there during Amiga August, just to move things along and get that going. That's what I'm planning on doing anyway. But yeah, anyway, let's get on with some Amiga format CD15. I'm not sure if it's still in the games directory. I know we had some issue with, I think the way I set this up, which is why some of the games weren't working. So it could be that I go back over some of the games and see whether they're actually working now. So break at this point, and it's still doing that. Great. Really don't know what the issue is there, because originally I thought it was something to do with the transfer rate, but I changed that. Unless I just need to rebuild the CF card again and use PSF. Is it PFS? The file system, because this is using a standard one. So I don't know whether that's a better idea or not. But it's fine, I've got everything backed up anyway, so if I do need to do that, I can quickly change over. Right. I think we've still got a couple of games to play. So I do remember us playing Soliton. We've not played Twins Pro or Zero Gravity, so let's have a look at those two. I hope that I've made this guide as simple as possible. Okay, what is Twins? Twins is a game I wrote a while ago on a trusty old Speccy 128 and upgraded to the Amiga using Amos. The simple pairs. Oh, we did play this. We played this. This was okay. I remember this now. What was Zero Gravity? Did that work or not? Yes, I remember this one. That was okay, but it wasn't great. Right, so that's that done. What we got in utilities? Probably a load of patches. We've got an Alien Breed 3D2 editor. This will be interesting. Welcome to the Ultimate Alien Breed 3D2 save game editor. As you probably guessed, in this program, it allows you to edit the save game date using Alien Breed 3D2. You can alter the following parameters: playing level, health, weapons, ammunition, whether the player has a jetpack or not. The editor is a now fully functioning commodity, therefore with a utility exchange you're able to show hide editors, remove editors, stuff like that. Written using Blitz Basic 2.1 in the Blitz support suite on Amiga 1200 with the Blizzard 1260 and 18 meg RAM on Workbench 3.1. Note: Team 17 I've been rather sneaky with the way that the save game data works. When you choose the load game option, you have the choice of 5 game slots and a new game option. This new game option is actually game slot 0. As such, with the editor, you are able to change this. However, when the Alien Brain 3D 2 first loads, it does not use this new game to set up the defaults. So you will have to load it in for it to take effect. Another poor programming technique employed by the game writers. Okay, fair enough. There's probably a reason why they did it, or maybe they were going to remove it and never got round to it. What do you need to run it? Alien Brain 3D 2, Commodities, GAD Tools, Workbench 3. Let's see if it'll run. Oh, it runs. I can never remember what it was to select show everything. So it just goes up to level P. Save format cracked by Gandhi, apparently. This person was using demon.co.uk. Some of you may remember that ISP. So you can select which stuff you've got. Member health. Okay, fair enough. Atlantis. Several years ago, I started writing a platform game and found myself wanting an editor to create levels for it. I found one, but it was not good at all, but I put with it for a moment. Later, when I finally got hooked up to the internet, I searched Aminet thoroughly, and I found a few others, but none of them were any good either, so I started writing on my own. Atlantis. As said above, this program is used to create game levels. I shall refer to them as maps in the rest of the document for platform games. These maps are created from a collection of building blocks stored in an if picture file. This technique is called block graphics, very commonly used since it can save a lot of memory. Yeah, so basically what it's saying is the block file is like a block and it'll have 0, maybe that's grass, 1 that's maybe one edge of a castle, 2 might be the castle door, 3 might be the other side, and then 0 again more grass, and then maybe from the door onwards you get like 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. That could represent gravel, and it's just a way for you to kind of tell the program to use one instance of the map, so you're not kind of trying to save lots of things at the same time. I think that's what it's talking about. Yeah, because look, there's nothing here, and you get 0 there. You get 2, 2, 2, 2. Now, I'm not sure why that's 2, 2, 2, 2, but 3, 3 will be these two here. And they're all different numbers because it's a different type, isn't it? So, and that's how it gets represented. It's also called tile-based games as well. Right, let's have a look at Atlantis then. Let me just double check what that error is. Too slow. Really need to find out what that is. I'm wondering whether the CF card is too fast for the system, maybe? Hard Star Trek. Oh, for Soliton. Okay. That's a nice deck. Ferengi. That'll be from, I think that's the TNG episode where, is it Relics? The one where Scotty comes back? Is it Gorn? That 2, I remember that 2 at top from somewhere. I can't think why I remember it. A is to do with TNG's first episode, as far as I remember. Where's the Crusher in there, I think? So there's a lot of DS9 stuff because there's some Cardassians in there. A, the third one down, is that Uhura in Star Trek 5? Perhaps? Maybe, maybe not. In number 5, the second one down, that's from the motion picture, pretty sure. I'm not sure what the 5 underneath that is. Might be like a book cover or something. Can't see the jacks. Oh, we can now, yep. Sorry about that. Just more of the stars from the show. Including, I think, the Queen in the top is it Yeoman? Oh, she appeared in, I think she appeared in the original TV series, and she definitely appeared in the films. But she was a yeoman at that point, but I can't remember the name. I think that's her. No Benjamin Sisko, unfortunately, but there we go. Oh, that's alright. It's a nice deck. Got cheat collections here. Big collection of cheats and solutions. We've seen that sort of thing before. Formula 1 Grand Prix editor. Register only £6. Oh, so you can change all the driver names. Schumacher, Irvine, John Lacey, Gerhard Berger, Damon Hill. I'll tell you what the year that is. So this will be 97, I remember that, because I think he was quite big around then. Jacques Villeneuve, Mika Hakkinen, Coulthard. Coulthard was driving for McLaren at the time, I think. Was it McLaren? Because there was always a competition between Coulthard and Damon Hill. Penny, Rubens Barrichello. Trying to see who else is on this. Nigel Mansell. I mean, he was big in, I think he won during the early 90s. Edit helmet. Oh, nice. So you can properly change all the helmet stuff. Teams, McLaren, Ferrari, Benetton. Benetton, sorry. Williams. So was it Coulthard was in Ferrari because that was a red car? Was Hill in McLaren? I think that was the case. I vaguely remember Tyrol and Sauber. Man, you know, because Sauber usually came with a timer? Am I wrong on that? I can't remember. Jordan, I remember. Don't remember much of the others. Car setups. Real detail on that. Gear ratios. They all seem to be different for different different... Oh, wait a minute. Why is this... Why do you have gear ratios in different countries? Is that something to do with the... standards? I don't know. Evening there, critical interrupt. Just having a look at the Formula 1 editor. Lap records. Yep, so you can change all those. Camera views. Oh wow, so you can actually change how high the cameras are. That's quite good. Analog joystick. Turn on and off the cheats. In-game colours. Sound samples have we got? Does it let us play them? No, just you can select them. You can see the cockpit. Ooh, that's nice. So I'm assuming this will be part like the game will just select this part and show only certain bits, which is why everything's in one piece, I believe. JB cockpit. McLaren. Let's see what that's like. There you go. It's nice you can have different types of cockpits for different cars. I'll make it nicer. I don't know whether that's actual thing in the game. I think it should be actually a thing in the game, to be honest. Okay. Backdrops. Not sure where the backdrops are going to be. No, I don't know. You've got a raid from Tetsu. I think it's a Tetsu. Tetsu. Not quite sure how to pronounce it. Thank you very much for the raid. I'm going to butcher your name, I'm sorry, but I think it's Tetsu. Hello there, Scordian. Hello there, Retro Demiurgy. Thank you for the follow there, Call Classman. What were you doing? The Immortal on the Amiga and Turkey. So how did you do with the Immortal and Turkey? I do actually have Turkey on disc. Thinking about it. Thank you for the follow as well. Not that one. Just gonna be a bit nerdy. Yep, straight away the first thing that came in. So there you go, that is my copy of Turkey. Don't have the box for it, I just have that. What else were you playing? The Immortal. I don't have any disc for the Immortal. I do have a PD Underground disc, which I do believe I backed up at some point. There is that there. And that was when I bought the Amiga second hand and they came with a load of discs. So that's that. Right, thanks everyone for popping in. This is I am Nemco's. I do Amiga Mondays. Basically what I do is I will go through unlike most people who go through his demo CDs and just look at games, I go through the CDs and there's a lot of information on the CDs. We've just finished the games section. We're currently looking at the utilities and I'm just having a nosy at this Formula 1 editor at the moment, and it's quite interesting to see that they've got them. Yeah, so I do that. I've also got Generation to play later on, and I do a bit of demo scene. We're also playing a bit of Deuteros. That is an ongoing thing just because of how long it is. And I also do things like playing RPGs, which is on Tuesdays. Currently playing Exile Escape from the Pit on Windows 95 machine, my original one. There's also RTS stuff that I'm playing at the moment, which is KKND, Crush Can Destroy, and what else? What am I doing on Sunday? Sunday I've just started Dungeons and Dragons Warriors of the Eternal Sun on real hardware. So that is the Mega Drive version. So that is this one. Let's get the Mega Drive cart out. That's that there. So we started that on Sunday. But this week's probably the last week for kind of normal stuff, because coming on Friday is going to be Amiga August, which I'm taking part in, and I think for the main game for that, I'm at least doing the Strangers CD, which is basically a clone of, well, I think it was a clone of Renegade, or somebody basically made it. So I thought it looked interesting, and I thought we'd look into that as well. Beat both of the games, cool. I've heard Immortal's quite a difficult game, because I remember seeing Immortal on the Mega Drive ports. I don't recall it on the Amiga as much. Monk Sound, yeah, that's from Age of Empires. We did do, before I started RTS Friday, I was doing Game Club for a British podcaster called Retro Asylum, and they would basically do different games every month. And the last one I did was Age of Empires 2, which I've finally done. So I do intend to go back to Age of Empires. The problem is when you spend so long playing something, and it's like, I don't want to play more of it. I just want to kind of move on a little bit and maybe come back to it later. So I'd spent so long playing Age of Empires 2, I never got around to playing the Conquerors stuff. And I thought, I'll come back to Conquerors, do that later. Let's do some other bits. So we ended up playing Myth the Fallen Lords, which I'm really glad I played and finally completed. Then we tried Star Trek Dominion Wars, which looked really nice, but is very buggy. It just basically broke after the first level. What else did we try? Oh, dark rain, nice RTS, hard as nails, and I kind of rage quit that one. I'm not sure whether we're going to return back to that one. And I think, like I said, at the moment playing KKND, so yeah. I remember when you found those PD Warcraft. Yes, yeah. So was it last month or the month before? So when I said last month, I meant in terms of CD. It was either 14 or 13. There were a couple of Warcraft cones, and they weren't actually that bad. They were pretty good. I can't remember what they called them. They called them something else. Was it something like Battle Chest or something weird like that? What was that? The Immortal was brutal. Yeah, I've heard that about it. It was over a month ago. Yeah, the thing is with these CDs, there's so much stuff on there that I go through. It'll take me a month to get through everything. So at the moment we've just gone. So when I start a CD, the first thing that we'll usually look at is on the game section. We'll look at all the emulators for the Amiga, and there's loads of emulators for the Amiga. We've seen Spectrum, we've seen Atari 8-bit, we've seen the usual kind of Vice emulator. What's the Commodore 64 ones? ZX Spectrum ones. I've probably already said that. Sorry. MSX. What else have we seen? I can't remember. There was some others we've seen, but they do tend to pop up. Auric, I think, was another one that came up. Game Boy, Master System, and they all have varying levels of how well they work, depending on the Amiga author. The author of the emulator. And then we move into the games, and there's usually a big folder. Now, the next time I'll end up moving into games on this particular one is when we get to reader stuff, because that's like an assortment of anything that could be in there. So, yeah, so at the moment we're kind of just looking at the Formula 1 GP editor. Just about finishing. So that's an interesting one. Formula 1 GP. What else we got? Leander. Why is the Leander? Oh, it's a HD copy. Not that I need it, because I've got WHD load nowadays. Installer for Leander. It requires the original discs. There are 3. It should not work for cracked versions, okay. It needs 1.5 meg of fast memory and 512 chip memory. There we go, it's the HD for Leander. Mr. Men. Oh, hang on a minute, let me get rid of this. Gone. Well, to use this landscape, just copy... What? Oh, it's Worm's Director's Cut levels. We do see that sometimes. Let's see what's here. What? For sale. Just having some issues here. Oh, okay. Games has got for sale. Let's see what the sale price back in '97 was. Mostly £10. Rise of the Robots, only a £5. Okay, that's interesting. All boxed with full instructions. I prefer if you lived in the UK. Probably because of the expenses for sending it out. So we can't. Sometimes with Worms levels, you actually get the image, but that doesn't look like it in this one. I've got an installer for. Magic the Gathering. So we've seen that somewhere. There's basically Amiga is if you don't know, it's like a document, but it's presented in almost like a HTML style thing. So you get buttons that you can press backwards and forwards to different pages. So I think that listed all the cards at that point, which was that one. Pinball Dreams HD version. And a patch. More cards of Soliton. 2 card sets, Space and Landscape. So this will be the landscape one then. Nice images, just a bit generic, I think. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. There's a lot more cards on here than there was in the Star Trek set. Alright, and what's the space one like? Bit of Star Wars there, Babylon 5 of course. This feels a little bit like Wing Commander for some reason. Space 1999. More Star Wars. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Surprised there's no Battlestar Galactica. Unless there is one and I've missed it. Okay, looks okay. Number 2, I do wonder whether that's... It looks like a game from somewhere. I can't think whether it's probably Frontier or not. It looks a bit too modern to be a Frontier, but I could be wrong. Because Frontier is a bit blocky. Perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, that's alright. We've got the Sensible Word of Soccer editor. Yeah, I know. Turn off. Oh, great. How am I supposed... No, you're not letting me, are you? Nope. Have to reboot. Always fun when I've got to do that. Next thing I need to fix on this as well is the CD drive. I've got the CD in the CD drive, and I can't spit it back out, unfortunately. Do I have a fast boot? I don't think so. When I built this originally on the old CF card, I used the PSF file system. But then again, I think I built that with, when I had this years ago, I think we started off on Amiga OS 3.5, and that's what I started off with. Did we ever do 3.1 or did we do 3.5? I think we started with 3.5, and that was on the PFS. Sorry if I get that acronym around, but was it PSF? One of the two. We tried 3.9, but that gave me black screen, and then when I put 3.9 on the wedge, I found out why it was doing the black screen, because it has a ROM updater, and if you take that out from the startup, it runs perfectly fine. And then after that, I moved to did I start with 3.1? I think I started with 3.1. Then I went to 3.2. And then the system died. Then I had to get an 8-gig card. And then I've just rebuilt it. And it's using the standard file system. So I'm wondering whether I'd actually change it to PFS. I've got everything backed up this time, so that should be a problem. Hello there, Deluxe Paint Tim. And speaking of which, I need to bring back the rolling ball image that I had, because I was playing around with Deluxe Paint, and I found out how to do that through the book. Speaking of which, whilst you're there, I'll show where I'm up to on the game that I'm kind of doing. So the other thing I was doing was I was building a conversion called Last Half of Darkness, and I was going to bring it to the Amiga via Can Do, and I'd done quite a lot of the artwork, and then the compact flash card died, and I had to rebuild everything again. So I'm at this point. And I've noticed that actually when I originally did this was a lot thinner, so the consistency of me recreating this is not always consistent. So that needs a bit more work doing to it. So yeah, I think this is going to be slightly different than last time, but what the hell? It still looks okay. Now looking at it, now that I've built it out, it looks okay. I've just got to get the this bit bordered up. Then the next thing to do is do the sign here. Then I've got to put a little path here. Then I've got to play around with the clouds and the moon again just to get that right. And I've got to put some trees here, and I should be done with this pretty much. Yeah, it's still not going to be looking the same as the last time, but it's fine. No, I was doing it because I did it because I came across Can Do, but I've been doing the CD stuff, and I was like, I kept it. I thought I'll do something with it because I already knew that you could create games with stuff like that, because that's how Myst was done. So Myst was done using HyperCard, but they had extra bits on top to get the video put through. So let me just show you Can Do. I didn't realise Amiga Game Jam had started up again. I know that Amiga Cami does it every year. I need to get this. Keep saying I'll get around to doing it. Assigned properly. Arcade games, okay. Right, so I don't have much. What I did have last time was I had it so that it would bounce between all the cards. So I just basically need to get this card sorted so I can duplicate it properly. But this will be the interface that you see, and then yeah, it's only one card here, and then I can start duplicating. And then when you click the exit here, it's going to be like a button, and there's going to be a script that basically says go to this card, go to this card. So it will just change, and that's all you'll be able to see on the front end. But like I said, I did get this to a certain level, and then it all died. And then I had to learn the value of backing up. But it's fine, because I've now got the HDF versions of this and this, and I've got it running through the Mister, so that's fine. I think I said the way I was going to do backups between now and every 3 to 6 months was I was just going to take the folder and copy that over, so I've still got the folder, and then 3 to 6 months do a full backup. Anyway, I'm just rambling. I need to get back onto Amiga format. Hello there, Hook. See, it's not done it this time. It's not done the maybe I need just to run it and then just do a quick reboot. Or maybe I should just reset this back up again with a different file system. Right, where are we? Screenplay. So SWAS editor just broke. That is Worms Deluxe, not Deluxe, Director's Cut. High quality levels. Can we see them? No, we can't. Some people give the images. Like this. It's interesting how you can actually see this as an image. So this is a castle. That's fine. Future City this possibly is with F City. We'll be on 12 minutes before ads. Oh, that's an interesting one. So it looks like with this one you'd have to kind of burn through some of these just to get to everywhere else, because it makes a change from the usual kind of level of here's some land, here's sky, and that's it. Speaking of which, all this rainforest reminds me more of the first level of Flashback more than anything else. Yeah, I was going to say grapevines. Space. How is it? That's the most abstract thing I've seen of the word space. Space on a table with stars on, but I don't know what this represents. Maybe UFO or something, or a spaceship. It's nice level, nice looking level though, but I don't know about the word space. Alright, so that's that done. Then we move on to Seriously Amiga. In fact, actually, let me just double check what's... Okay, I think we did see some of these. So sometimes in PD Select, what you'll get is demo scene stuff. There was at one point they stopped doing it for a little bit. And then it looks like we restarted it again. What we got in commercial? 5D software. Oh, this has definitely been done in Scala. I'm not going to read all this. At least I've got a good music track. Can I not go down? Oh. Oh, that's weird. So they've got these backwards. So basically just a huge catalogue. Good evening there, Oreo. Seems like I've been dragged into another adventure through streamers again. Well, welcome to this one. Yeah. Usually, sometimes I will read through some of these, but I think this is a bit too much. It's nice to have got screens included in this. Let me just go back to the games a second. So we got Mega Bounce. Nobochi, is that? Sure there was there's an image somewhere. They do have an image of Bert and Bird though. Oh, is that a crash? Yep, I'm getting a flashing green. I also need to find the nice piece of there was a software thing that I put installed that basically read what the Guru meditation mediation whatever error was, and when you reloaded it would tell you what the error was properly, so you didn't have to remember all the numbers, which was kind of cool. So I need to find that and stick that back on again. No problem then. If you want to lurk, you can lurk. I'm not that anti-lurk person. Okay, CD format 15. What are we on? 19. Yeah, we've still got time. I usually do this until about an hour and a half in. And now the warning things come back again. Right, what's BG's Unlimited? That's another. So this is going to be another catalog thing, similar to what we've just seen. We've seen that on here before. Final Writer, if you're into your productivity, that is going to be, if I remember correctly, it should be the Amiga's word editing program thing. There's a readme as an example. Why are you putting this in commercial if you can't? No, won't read the readme file at all. You can't not show an IF file. You're an Amiga. That should be like your basic file. Yeah. Oh, now you do it. It's an AREX scripter for Final Writer to copy and insert end of. Oh, okay. So this is not a Final Writer program. Alright, looks like some sort of additional thing for Final Writer, which is, like I said, a word processor. That's what I was trying to remember what it was. Word processor. Okay. Way to confuse me. iBrowse is the usual browser for the Amiga. We have been on the internet with the Amiga before. Just want to see if there's any. That's starting in about 3 minutes. No, that just looks like an update. Okay, can't see that. Would have been nice to have a look at that. Six meg of RAM required. I have like 100 and odd. Stick this on full screen.
An aerial view of the White Horse at Effington in Oxfordshire. The terrain on which it is carved is so hilly that its true shape can only be appreciated from the air. Uri Geller bending a key with his mind, as he so often publicly does with household objects. Professor John Taylor examines some deformed cutlery.
So this is a demo for a commercial product
Doc
called
Shields, a psychic
Paranormal.
and artist, famed in his native Cornwall, England, shows how easy it is to levitate people, in this case his daughter.
So X-Files.
In South Africa, potions are made from bark and meat. The witch doctor will smear the resulting mixture on himself and then administer it to the patient to pass his power on for the desired cure or change to occur.
I have no idea how long this is going to take. I'll stick it on full screen mode.
A photograph taken at Loch Ness in 1933 by Hugh Gray is widely believed to show one of the animals thought to be resident in the lake. Gray's initial estimate was that the animal was about 40 foot long, although he later modified this to very great. Assuming that his recollection of its size is reliable, it is rather difficult to think what else this might be, except the famous monster. Photographs like this suggest UFOs have landed, but most ufologists doubt their authenticity. A scene from the famous movie shot in 1967 at Bluff Creek, California, by Roger Patterson, apparently showing a female Bigfoot. Two plesiosaurs of the Jurassic era. If these creatures have survived their supposed extinction, they could be the monsters from not only Loch Ness, but North American and Irish lakes as well. Wilfred Power had an unusual experience when he thought he was photographing nothing more than a giraffe at Plymouth Zoo, Devon, England. Showman Frank Hansen with his Iceman, he tells scientists that his exhibit is a model, whilst hinting to the public that it is genuine. He once claimed to have shot the creature himself while hunting in the Minnesota woods. Only the legs remain of Mrs. E.M., a widow, who died on the 29th of January, 1958. Was she burned by the fire in the grate, or did she combust of her own accord? The same question remains unanswered in the case of the anonymous victim. Brian Williams of Cardiff made the news in 1952 as a human so full of electricity that he could light a lamp simply by rubbing it with his hand. Her hair standing on end, a science teacher demonstrates the phenomenon of static electricity to her students. The Van de Graaff's generation she touches is producing 500,000 volts, but she is standing on a deep pad of insulation, which cuts the current so drastically that no damage is done. A student of the biofeedback technique monitors his psychological state before attempting to change it deliberately. Reverend K.F. Lord was amazed to find this form on his picture of his church in Newby, North Yorkshire, as he had not seen it when taking the photograph. Dr. J.T. Richards, in the striped shirt, and other members of Sorat make a light metal table levitate. This photograph of a daylight disc was taken near Saas-Fee in Switzerland on the 25th of July 1975. Experts can find no evidence of fraud.
Oh, 97. No, sorry, let me rephrase that. Not only is it 97, it says 97 at Epic Interactive. So, Epic Marketing, I'm pretty sure. Where is my... There we go. Right, sorry, I complained before because it basically said 6 mega memory. It's like, I've got that. I'm assuming it was just, it's going to say that anyway. That's the longest demo I'd see. I wasn't expecting it to be that long, and apologies for those of you who had to sit through a advert. Usually what I'll do is I will pause whatever I'm doing, and we come back after the advertisement. But I didn't know how long it was going to finish, and I wasn't expecting it to be that long. So yeah, this is a commercial product apparently called Paranormal. Don't know, never heard of it before, but it seems to be well presented. Epic Marketing though. So there were two things that I got when I originally got the PC, which is now down here. So back in 97, there was the Amiga emulator CD, which is buried down there. And there is this one here, which is Specky Classics. Now I think they're on the same company. It says Epic Direct here, so maybe Epic Marketing and Epic Direct are two different people. Perhaps. I'm not sure, let me just double check. No, maybe I've got that wrong. I thought it was the same people. I mean, it could be. Could be that they've used the word epic for different things. Maybe I'll have a look at that later and see whether that's true or not. Either way, I thought it was the same people. Right. That's commercial done. We've got another 15 minutes, so let's have a look in shareware. We've got an archivers. Speaking of which, I need to bring back the archiver that I used to have, even though it didn't 100% work all the time. It's Ami Stuff It. How can you not read a README? it just does not like it, does it? And now crash again. Yeah, definitely. Flashing green. I think people only come here just to see how many times my Amiga crashes. To be fair, it's mostly okay. Just has its moments. You know what, let's have a look at some demo scene stuff, because I'm having trouble with this. See whether the Amiga format has got some demo scene stuff. I think we did watch this one. What's Xenophobia? Okay, so for those of you new here, this is the other CD that I usually use for demo scene. It is another Amiga format CD. It was part of a 2 CD disc set, and this one also contains code for, so if you want to see how some of these are done, it basically gives you code for demo scene stuff, which is kind of cool. So if you want to ever check out that, that's good. But what we usually do it for is the party scene here. I need to remember which one we're up to with this one. I don't know why it's got Spaceballs on there. I think we're on Odyssey. Well, that was kind of short. Okay, these ones are a bit weird because I'd never expect to have to move around the mouse. So let's see what I've got here. General info. Containing 11 tunes. This music disc was planned to be released at the Assembly 95, however things got a bit complicated and the project was delayed a few months. So this is what we made instead, okay. I think it's like a music demo thing. Seems more like a code. So there's just information. Sometimes they do this and put stuff in here. I kind of miss the old demos where they had just scrolling text. But I do like this kind of version. It's a bit more interactive. And it looks like I can put this to the background maybe? Yeah, that's nice. I can do that. I can't get it back now. Oh dear, hang on. Where's it gone? It's not there. Give me a moment, I've lost something. It's usually you press these to get other stuff back. I don't see it. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Oh, it's nice to have included that. Got house. Got whatever this is. Oh, this is more of a music one anyway. So, that's nice that they've included that. Problem is I can't really do much past that song. Prefer something visual. Now I've got rid of all my windows now because I'm an idiot. Oh, you're on 132. Yeah, you keep using LWDHJam. Well, Oh, that's what you're saying what the letters are. Okay. Let's see if we can run another one, and then we'll do degeneration. It's a bit of a short one this week, I think, just because I'm getting more frustrated at the fact that I'm getting that weird warning, which I'm sure I got rid of last time. Well, that was a nice one. So I saw this did a good one, some good ones. Let's leave the rest till next time. I'll try and make a note about which one I do, because sometimes I completely forget where I go up to. But we have done a lot of these now. If you want to explore this yourself, this is on Amiga format CD13 disc B. I'm going to say B specifically because I missed the fact there were two 13 CDs there. So that'll be on, if you know where Tosec is, you go Tosec CDs, cover discs, I think, and then you'll find them all in there. But this is a very good one for finding out all the other stuff. Quickly show you in the coding section here, and it says 50 megabytes worth of source code and utils. And it talks about ASM1, which I've used before. So ASM, for example, demos, and it gives you all the kind of splitter screen, bitmap rotation, Bob gravity balls, copper cycles, 24-bit versions. These are all fractals, fuzzy screen. That should have hopefully this will open up in a text format. Here you go. And it just gives you all the code for it there. So this is really useful for that sort of stuff. So if you're a coder and you want to go and have a look at all that, it is in there. So that's what I recommend. Right, let's do something a bit more stable. I can usually get through a Amiga Monday without all the kerfuffle, but not this time apparently. Let's do one more restart just so I can clear everything. We'll do degeneration. Finish on that. Which was 93, was it? So last time, or last week specifically, we did manage to save it, so cross fingers it still saves. We tried all 3 versions. I think I'm on, is it AGA version I did instead? What did I do? We'll find out actually. We did look in the ECS version, which has slightly different graphics and sound, surprisingly. Because sometimes you don't get different sound. Yeah, 93. Well, good luck with Degeneration, I'll try. And in fact, I've done the first section already. So if I remember rightly, it's Alt and R. And I've got to remember that. Yes, excellent. So we'd already done this at this point. But because it didn't save properly. There we go. It's a game I want to do at some point. Yep, I've been wanting to do this for a while. We've finally gotten around to it. I do have on the upcoming list, I've got a Stranger CD, which I'm looking to do in Amiga August. So Stranger CD I found on the Amiga format CD stuff, and it looks like a clone of Renegade, if I remember rightly. And then we've got Colorado after that, and I can't remember where I found Colorado. So Colorado, I think someone suggested Colorado to me actually. So it's kind of like, you know, depictions of when the Americans first founded America, and they've got that sort of bear skin on and a little hat and stuff, and they've got the whole, excuse the word, native Indians and things like that. That's Colorado. Ooh. Could have been a bad death. Gotta be careful with those floor things. What? It's twice I've done that now. I keep forgetting about them. Right. There we go. You're seeing that? Tune. This one we're done. Let's see if I could do this first time or not. Nope. I was being too cheeky there. I should have done that way instead. Just basically hug the wall. I think next time I'm going to hug the wall at top end if I can. There we go, it only took me several attempts. This joystick's not always fun. Oh, that was close. Yay, got it. Good timing on that. Yeah, the issue I have with this joypad is on this one, it's so easy to push up. That's my only issue with it. You don't get to speak. I don't think there's anything here. I don't know why I'm coming up here. Time for bed. Wish you good luck on the rest of the day. Thank you very much. Thank you for the follow and for the raid. Right, so I'm just gonna rescue because you want to tell me I can't access the PC, but I've had to look up the password anyway. So it's Seth and Ostrich. I don't know if it's case sensitive. I've got another raid. How can I not spell ostrich? There, Graham, give me a second. I can't spell ostrich, can I? Ostrich. Yes. Yes, could not spell ostrich because I kept putting T in there for some reason. A second T. Hello there, everyone from Nagrim Stream. How was Amiga Action cover discs? Anything interesting in there? I have had a so-so day at Amiga Monday. I keep getting this error that pops up that I'm not quite sure what's going on with it. It's causing some issues. Means every time you open something, the error pops up, and it's not an error; it's a warning because it's the yellow one. And then sometimes it'll go through. The only thing I can think of is maybe I need to change my file system to something faster. Maybe that might be an issue. I'm not sure. Thank you for the follow there, Portal. Not a vintage selection of games and demos. So basically, a load of rubbish then, I'm guessing. So, some of you may remember that I tried to play Deuteros. I am still playing it. I've just decided, because it takes ages to do all the preparing and the resource management, I only come in and play it when I've got new stations to add, because that's the most interesting thing for me to do. So whilst we're doing that, I started Degeneration, which was on the list to do. So at least it gives you something interesting to watch, rather than watch me try and faff around with numbers on Deuteros. Oh, no. Actually, go that way. Ooh. Tricky, it can be, yeah. So we've come to this part before. And I need to remember to save. Is it Alt and S? Game saved. Excellent. Right, so we've got the next section done. So this is about as far as I've gone so far. This one's a weird one to do. Because I can't remember how... I can't remember how to open that door. Unless I've got to turn off another door. Or unless there's some pixel perfect button that I'm not seeing. Is it this one? No. Four switches, four doors. I've already pressed all the switches. Remember, 2 of those switches are to turn off and on the turret things. And I can blow one of the turret things up. I've got grenades. Yeah, I think that was that one of the first ones I did? Just try that again. So there's this one. Then we go up here. That opens up this one. And that one opens up the bottom one. And then these two turn off so if I press this one, the other one comes up. That's all that does. Oh wait, I've just noticed that door's open. I don't know how I've done that. Okay, let's just take it. Some days it's better you don't know. I'd like to pick up all these grenades, but what? Got it. Been to the end of it, and when you beat it, you know you've earned it. Thank God. I remember this part. Oh, you won't move because of this. You have no information for me? I think I'm trapped here, aren't I? Oops. That's one death that I've had. Oh great, a delivery boy. What's going on here? We can talk soon as I'm safe, okay? Oh, it's one of those. Just go into here. cat's pouring at the characters, screen shippers in the game. Yeah, no, this is quite a fun game. I'll understand if you kind of want to disappear off and not get shown how to do certain things. Wait, can we talk? So you don't want to talk to... Oh, fine, okay. I've got another key there. Oh, this'll be... I just need to get rid of this, don't I? There we go. Wasted a grenade there. And that's it. So I need to go round. No. A generation profile. Post-conflict biological consumption for messy battlefield cleanups. Neuro-holographic camouflage. Environmentally safe and biodegradable. Nope, that's it. Wait until it actually wants rid of old Nemco's there. I must have missed the part we were talking about. Did I kill somebody? Ah, that's not good. No. What? Okay. What on earth? I'm sure there's something about clones in this at some point. I'm gonna kill you anyway and see what happens. Got the key from there. Unless I'm thinking about Prince of Persia accidentally, maybe. No, you're not a talker. Great. So I must be stepping on something that's causing the door to shut up. That's what's causing it. The electro eye. Okay. Where's the electro eye gone? Oh, I see it. It's right in that top corner. So where the table is, I can see this thing that's once it sees me. That should be it now. It's a difficult one to spot. And I think those shiny things, they make you freeze in place for a second. Need more grenades, so I think I've wasted a lot of them. And Alt and S. Alt and R. Yes. Oh, that's not a grenade. It's getting very maze-like. Okay, it's some blow up. Looks like I might have to come back to this one. That's the second time I've had a lucky shot like that. So I can come over across. Got a problem with the. I'm gonna die on that one, so I'll have to. Not sure. And I shot the grenade accidentally. Second time I've done that to that person. I've got keys hidden somewhere. Don't see any flashing buttons. I I was gonna say I opened that, but I think I died, didn't I? So I'm gonna have to redo. Hmm. Just gonna. Yeah, just take me out, thank you. Got 2 grenades, excellent. Yeah, I'm doing this on purpose. No. Got the grade and don't lose it. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I never get the timing of that right. I hope it picked up that I did rescue those. Just check. Yeah, okay. This is the furthest I've been ever. So, kind of happy of myself to get this far. But then again, I don't think I play long enough for me to... Actually, no, that's not quite true. I have played long enough, but I think I've usually lost all my lives. But then again, it has like a weird continue system whereby you just start again at the highest level you got to, I think. So actually... I wonder whether there's a... So yeah, this is the highest I've been to so far then. Ah, right, okay. Classic bounce the shot where I need it to be. I want to see that computer system, but I don't want to die for it. B generation profile, top speed 70 km an hour, ideal for high speed attacks, planar, holographic cloaking, simple yet effective, compact targets for easy disposal. Should have gone up. Don't do that. Oh, that's the... Yeah, do you remember that now? I thought it was some weird clone stuff going on. Finally. That was his stroke of luck. Does this game support saving? Yes. So it saves. Well, you have to manually save. It's Alt and S to save, and Alt and R to restore. I think there's a manual that says it's Control and R or something. That is incorrect, because that was when I was looking at on Lemon Amiga. But I can't save it here, as far as I remember. I've got to save it at the level start, you know, the bit where it goes up the tube and comes down from the tube. That's the part where you save. And I think that's the one that it saves for, if you see what I mean. So the save is more, not individual areas, but the start of level, if you get what I mean. Yeah, that's the one. I could save in the middle of the stage, but you always... Yeah, that's the one. I did play the CD32 version, so I could have all the controls. This is the AGA version, and I've got a CD32 style pad. There's an ECS version which has slightly different graphics. I think it's just more color changes and sound changes. So if you want to play something slightly different on that, that's one to look at. It's this way, isn't it? Yeah. I'm trying to remember where it's going next. I do have the CD32 version as well, but I didn't see the much difference between the AGA and the CD version. Maybe the CD version's got nicer music, perhaps. Keep forgetting about that damn floor thing. Same music, only difference is the controls, so I don't have to reach for the keyboard. Ah, okay. I've got the keyboard right in front of me, so I'm not so bothered. No, don't go that way. Right, so there's a trap here. Need to go in guns blazing, I think. What? Do I need to use a grenade? Oh, I got an idea what might work. If I run back and let it get got by the laser. Oh. This is gonna be a timing one, isn't it? Oh god, no, it chases me. That's a nasty one. You know when you kind of hope that what you're going to do is going to be cheeky enough to get past and it never works. That's what just happened. CD32 version is different, it's very green. Well, the colour palette's slightly different, we're saying. Oh, stronger in the green, perhaps. No. Ooh. Okay. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. And it goes, oh, swine. And it goes over the electric thing. I'm playing the AGA version. Please don't tell me I've got to do that section again. No, cool, excellent. Right, so now we're here. Shift S to save. Shift R to confirm. Yes. Oh, I've got to shoot back up again. You won't move. What's on the PC? Genok, building peace through better weapons. Welcome to Genok Biolabs. Genok staff will normally be conducting tours of the facility today. However, we regret to say that Genok Biolabs is currently under siege of highly lethal organic weapons. We suggest that you head towards the nearest exit as quickly as possible. Please visit us again soon and have a nice day. Genok CIE, a Delaware corporation. Oops. I'm just gonna take this out with the grenade. It's probably gonna be useful because I need to get that other person back out anyway. Oh, I can't press that. Huh. Not sure what. Just looking at what Mitch was saying about green and me playing the AGA version, hence green. Not quite sure what you mean by that. Go around this way. Maybe I'm just being dumb, I don't know. Right, okay, so trap that there. Take this out. I don't see any eye, so hopefully... Oh! Sod. Where did I go? Oh, that's where you are. Which means... Come on. Come on. This way. How can you not get past this? Push you through, maybe? No. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, thank God. What I was thinking was maybe I've got to shoot down this way, but I managed to get them out, so that's fine. Maybe I've got to shoot that way anyway. Fast moving one. I think that's another one with the grenade. Hello. Yes, hello. Ho 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 ho. Come on in. What's your security key needed? What's this way? No, no you don't. No, 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 no. You can stay right there. 3 grenades, I've got enough. At last, happy to see me. Do you know anything about... Do you know anything about Gen... Oh, didn't realise it was a thing. Do you know anything about Genok? They cut the budgets on medical research, giving most R&D funds into the military. It signed 2 months ago they started ignoring security measures and began cranking out viruses, immunosuppressives and thousands of neogens. They wanted to get more units out in time for the war. Do you know about degeneration? Don't know. Derrida? Yeah, worst mistake they ever made hiring him. He got really famous back in the 90s engineering these retroviruses that were meant to cure cancer. The trouble was, after a couple of hours, the patient's brain would hemorrhage. After that, he had some trouble finding a job on the open market. Okay. Waited for you a long time. Who are you? I'm John of Maryland. I am the bringer of death. What? What is the passcode? Ha, yes. Quickly. I could see the black wings coming across the desert. They'll be here in a few minutes. And where I see you, and you see me, there'll be a crater and thousands dead. What on earth? Told you that already. You told me a riddle. That's what you told me. Death. That was a good guess. Phew. Do you have any idea what's going on here? Me? Hell no, I was just brought in yesterday to fix some of the optical repeaters on a network here. Didn't expect anything like this though. Spent all last week on a job in an Afghani retirement home. Nice quiet place, a lot of old people reading books. But this place is real loud. These big businesses, I don't know how they get things done. Right. Hey, you got a package. It's not for me, is it? No, it's for Derrida. Never heard of him. But hell, if he's anywhere behind that purple door, you're gonna have a real chore getting to him. That workstation over there opens the door, but I don't know the passcode. You know, the fella next door might know it, but he's totally loco. I figured he's probably fried his brain in the 90s during the war. If you talk to him, you watch yourself. I would help you, and it... Oh, hang on a minute. There we go. Oh, this is fast. silly me. Guess what I forget to do? There's no way, because you can't. It's not fast enough to do it. There's no way you can bounce. He's too slow. There's not a chance you can do this. There must be another way. I must have missed something. Are you still here? No, you're gone now. Oh, that's interesting. Come on, this way. No, don't. Thank you. Oh, thank God for that. Why is the doors were in the reverse positions? I'm just going to backtrack a minute because I want to see whether I've missed anything. No, this is not shootable. Is it possible to grenade one of the doors? Let me check. can't grenade one of the doors. Not possible. Oh, did it? Right, now I can do Alt and S on R. Yeah, I've got to be careful on this one then. Oh. Is that actually working? Yes. Just thought I'd stand in front of it just to make sure. Well, it must be a short range one because it's not attacking me. I'll test this gun with my face, yeah, pretty much. Hmm. 10-1-2-56. I will play till I have to restart, and then I'll call it a stream. Looks easy enough, but they just trying to get the right angle. Start ramps up now. You have to be fast and clever. Yeah, thanks for that. I will try. Can't guarantee anything though. Ooh, lucky. Oh, piss off. Yeah, no. I think we'll call it on that one. Right, so this is going to be an interesting one for next. I think we're going to do this next week. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. We'll do this next week, so that's fine. Right, thanks everyone for popping in. It's been another good stream, and wrong key. Yeah, it's been a good stream. Thank you for all the raids and the follows today. So thank you to Ned Graham and Tetsuo for the raids. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with the. Maybe I've got to rebuild the machine again and put on a faster file system, because that warning is getting too bloody annoying now, and I just want to be able to use the machine like I did previously and not have to faff around with it. So maybe I'm going to do another backup this weekend or something, and then because I wasn't due to do another backup for another 2 months now, but I might as well just do another one anyway. And then maybe rebuild it again. I don't know. I have to think about it. I have to see what the issue is. But yeah, we'll come back to that next week, certainly. We'll also do a bit of Due to Us as well, because I'm ready to move on with that. As in the next station, we're going to be hitting Leader. So Leader's got about the same resources as, I think we got Ganymede, but there's slight differences. So it's got carbon, perhaps, that I desperately need, because one planet keeps running out of it, and I need that as part of the ongoing production in battle drones. And it's got, I think it's got palladium as well, which you need as well. So that's the next objective, to do that. Okay, so I will be back tomorrow with Exile Escape from the Pit, which we're about maybe halfway to ending. I'm not sure, because I've done everything out of order. It's difficult to know where I'm up to, but I've done quite a lot. And my party is at a point where most of the time I don't get into fights outside because nobody wants to touch me. So they all kind of disappear off. We know where Grahoth's fortress is. I think that's what we found last time. And then what were we doing last time? There was just something we were doing last time. And I said we'd get back to it. I can't remember what we were doing. Just because just so many different things that I've got to do with that game. That's tomorrow. And then Friday I start Amiga August. So what I'm going to do on Friday is I will start playing The Stranger's CD. But what I can actually do, to be honest, is I'll probably do about an hour of Due to Us first, and then I'll do the main game of The Stranger's CD, which, like I said, is a bit like, I think it was a bit like Renegade, like somebody's recoded, well, done a clone version of that. So that'd be Friday, and then by, I think, yeah, I think what I'm going to do for Amiga August, I might as well think this now because we're not going to see me again until Friday anyway, is what I usually do on an event is I keep most of the days for doing the event. So for example, if it was December, I would take a stream for 4 days. I would do 2 days as a main game and 1 day as a kind of random stuff. That's what I'd usually do, and I'd keep Amiga Monday open. What I've done on when I did a month of ST was I dropped Amiga Monday because I'd done so much Amiga stuff. My brain was just like, I need a break, and I did something else. So as I've got 3 days, I'll keep Amiga Monday on. I'll do Tuesdays and Fridays for the Stranger CD main game and try and squeeze in a bit of Due to Us when I can. And then on, I'm going to dismiss the ad because I'm finishing soon anyway. And then on Sunday we'll be carrying on with Dungeons and Dragons Warriors of the Eternal Sun, and that's a bit of a grind fest at the moment because I'm just stood around waiting for creatures to attack me so I can try and build my stats of my people. Whether I'm going to take that offline, I don't know how long it's going to be. A bit of a tedious thing for, but I seem to be getting fights fairly regularly, so it's not too bad. It just depends on how quickly I can get through certain enemies before I move up to next level, if you see what I mean. So that's Sunday. So yeah. So like I said, Tuesday will be Exile Escape from the Pit. Friday will be the Strangers CD as part of Amiga August. Sunday we'll be doing Dungeons and Dragons Warriors of the Eternal Sun, which will carry on through Amiga August, and then through Amiga August it's Amiga Monday, and then the Strangers slash Deuteros Tuesdays and Fridays. I think that's the way I'm going to do it. So that is it for this week. That is it for today. See you all tomorrow. Let's see what we got for rating. Or who we've got for rating, sorry. I am just everywhere today. I don't know. Could tell it's the end of the night. Who have we got on? Could probably raid Amiga Joey. Amiga Joey. Could probably raid that girl Joey who is playing Darkmere. See if she's still on. Yeah, okay. Let's start that raid. So Darkmere looks to be some sort of... It's got the same sort of style as Hero Quest, but it's not turn-based. It's very action-y, if you see what I mean. So it looks very nice graphically, anyway. That girl Joey always does Amiga Monday stuff as well. So there's a few of those to do with that. So anyway, let's get raiding, and I will see you all tomorrow. So until then, bye.
No, you can't interest me in that. Now, of course.